Well, welcome everyone. This is great. Denise, great job from Whiteboard Learning. Some great individuals, Carla, Ash, um, Alicia, Judy, saw your segments, and I just want to welcome you all to this afternoon. Whoa, can you hear me now? Okay, little mute going on. Welcome to this afternoon's Small Business Saturday. We are here to support one another. We wanted to do our segment a little bit different. The individuals that are part of this group are part of H7, which is a networking group that is nationwide. We have members in 3 other countries, but we all came to know each other. COVID really brought us together because we got to meet each other via Zoom. So we want to be here and support small business. And I just want to have each of you introduce yourselves. Steve, why don't you start us off?
Thank you, Janet. Great to be here. It's Steve Ramona. I'm out of Northern California, and I'm one of the owners of InPhone. We are a tool that sits on everybody's cell phone so people have access to your business just flipping through their phone. I'm super excited to share more down the road, but that's what I'm all about. Steve Ramona with InPhone.
Great. Thank you so much. Hey, Santa, thank you for joining us today. You're on mute.
Okay. Well, you all know me. I'm Santa Claus, all the way from the North Pole, but I made a stop in Noblesville, Indiana today at my friend Andy Corman's house.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to having Andy join us a little bit later. Let's move on to SJ. If you'd like to introduce yourself, please.
Yes. Good afternoon, good day, depending on what time zone you're in. My name is SJ. It is my name. It's not initials. And I am based in Central Ohio. And I like to describe myself, folks, as a modern day version of a Renaissance man. I have my hands in a number of entrepreneurial ventures, but I will lead off by talking about the fact that I am an education Sherpa. So as we are entering into an era of educational transformation for workplaces and households, having someone to guide you through all of the major stuff going on is key. So that is what I offer. I have 4 very unique solutions that serve B2B and B2C. And then I also have a hand in the H7 network as global member relations, which we do indeed cover 300 nations and 23 American states.
All righty, and it looks like we have Brett just joined us. Brett, if we could have you introduce yourself, please. This is one of our typical Zoom meetings. We usually have somebody who has a little audio issue. Give us just a second and we'll get Brett introduced. And once again, I'm Janet Greer with H7 Network, and I'm the Director of Operations. And we're so glad that you are watching us this afternoon. We know everybody's getting involved with shopping, watching football, spending time with family and friends, but it's also a day to help support small businesses. So we have a little bit of a different take on supporting small business. We want to share how other small businesses support small business. With H7 Network, we believe in connect, serve, and ask. We want to connect with people first, and then we want to serve them, and then it comes to the ask. So we are here to just talk about some of the other ways that we can help support one another with small businesses. Steve, if we could have you share a little bit more about how you help to support other small businesses.
Thank you, Janet. Yes, a number of our clients, probably 80% of our clients, are small business. That's why this opportunity really is attractive to me. Because one thing a business needs, they need to be contacting, of course, to be a great sales. To get sales, you need to reach out to people. But what we do is we allow your customers, clients, family, and friends be able to share your business because they have access to it on their cell phone. So you can imagine Thanksgiving yesterday, a lot of our clients and their friends are sharing their info back and forth. They literally can sell your own business because everything about your business solutions is on their cell phone. So they really turn into a pseudo salesperson for you. People are excited about your business. They want to share your business, but this gives them a great opportunity to just not go, hey, here's Steve Ramona's email, phone number, and website. Here, give him a call. He's a great guy, or he's a great product. It actually talks more about your business, what you do. And that just, we just see huge growth. Personally, my info has been shared over 13,000 times in the last 11 months. So over 1,000 times a month, my business has been shared. Obviously with that is a lot of sales, a lot of people that we're helping.
So Steve, if you wouldn't mind, could you share how you help to get the word out about your business and how you connect with others?
I sure can. Did you want to give me share a screen? You want me to show them the info?
That would be great.
I'd love to do that.
Oh, nope. Sorry, I don't.
No.
Nope, I don't have that ability.
Can you share your screen? You do now. Ryan said it was just fixed.
Okay.
Maybe I do. Oh, I do.
I'm going to make
Thanks,
you
Ryan.
do it.
Yep. So this is what InPhone looks like. And this is what will pull up when they click on the link. They're going to see this platform. We've got a great billboard that runs across promotions, credibility. So when they share Steve Ramona, they actually see a picture of me. So now they personally know who you are. Really powerful in an opportunity, sharing something that people don't know who you are. So build that trust and credibility. Just seeing a picture helps, but also you can promote your business, talk about your business, share pictures of your family. If it's a family-owned business, share your team. There's so many things that we could do on the billboard part of this that just flashes by, and you can do up to 5 at a time. Why I love InPhone is the ability and simplicity of click of a button you can share. We obviously use the now powerful QR code. With a click of a button, you all can scan that QR code with your cameras on your phone and pull up my info. Well, now anybody that's your family, friends, prospects, customers, or clients can do the same thing. We make that shareability much easier. If they're not comfortable with QR codes, we have the ability here where it says copy, paste, and share. I just click on that button. It gives you a feedback that you've just copied the URL, which is up here. And now I can share it anywhere I want. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, email, text, wherever you want to share your business, you can do that. They can also save it in contacts. There's people that still use the contact list, but the nice thing about saving in the contacts, it saves your link as well. So again, people are going to click on their contacts, see Steve Ramona, they can click on my info and again, see everything about my business or your business. And then we have a button here that literally will show you how to save it to your home screen. And we got some audio stuff.
The icon of this.
And then we've got directions here that actually just shows the client, prospect, or customer how to do that. And then you're going to see mine's going to be lengthy because we have a lot of things with InPhone that we offer, but I can zoom. How many times have people messed up the Zoom link? With a click of a button, I don't think it's going to let me do it. Yeah, it would. I could jump right into a Zoom, or they can jump in a Zoom with me. They can connect on LinkedIn. How many times you try to connect with somebody, had their name wrong? Boom, pulls up my LinkedIn. You hit connect. You don't have to worry about searching. We're about simplicity and saving time. Simplicity, saving time. You can take payments, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, anything that's got a link tied to it, we can do that. I love this schedule appointment. I wake up every morning with a new appointment from somebody I don't know because somebody has shared my info and said, you need to reach out to Steve. Somebody clicks on the button and there's my calendar. They click on it and they can make an appointment with me. And then we can go out and do our business. And then we offer things like file share, video chat, which is a click of a button. I click host and the other person clicks guest. Within seconds, we're in a video chat. And we've just included Zoom-like features like share your screen, record the video, turn off your mic, turn off your video, turn it back on, flip the screen if you're on a phone. So you can use your selfie camera or flip it to go outside camera, which Zoom doesn't do, but we can do these types of things as well. The last thing I'll leave you with is our business partners. We say at InPhone, your network is your net worth. The more business partners you collaborate with, you're going to see growth of your business. As you give referrals, we get referrals back, which is why I love the H7 network. I've had so many referrals, I've given so many. It's a powerful tool, but we allow that, or we have that on your InPhone. So I literally, my chiropractor, I could just open my business part and there's my chiropractor. I can click the QR code and share that I just did this last week. Somebody asked me for a chiropractor. Now, if I didn't have this, what do I got to do? Hey, let me get back to you, SJ. I don't have it with me. You get back to them a couple of days later, and they've already found a chiropractor. Or you forget and never send them the information. Happens much more than we think, because we don't think about that. We just think people are giving referrals. Well, this allows us to have that ability to share all our different business partners that we have. So that's a little demo of InPhone, Janet. Hope they answer some questions. If there's questions, pop them in the chat, and I'd love to be able to answer those.
So basically, InPhone's good for any type of business.
Correct. You're looking to grow your business. We could put anything on there. It just needs a link, which we're all doing. And the last thing I'll leave you with, right now, without InPhone, I'd have to put 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 links in an email. Hey, Andy, click on this, click on this, click on this. Are they going to click on all the links? Absolutely not. They're going to click what they're looking for. Now with InPhone, they're going to click a button, get what they're looking for. But when they go back to InPhone, maybe the next day, they might see another service that Jan provides. They have no idea because you never talked to them about it. I've had numerous clients sell other services they've never even presented to somebody because it wasn't their focus.
So this would make a great Christmas gift for somebody who needs to buy something, for somebody who has everything, but this would be something to really promote their business.
Well, the other thing too, with the small business thought that we have here, the big companies are spending millions on marketing, getting those people to come to them. Well, for $199 a year, we could get this, as I said, 13,000 people saw my info. Can you imagine just 1,000 people in a year saw your business? More than enough people, I think, would get you sales, increase your sales. Because we know one sale leads to another referral, which leads to another sale. And that's what we help do with info.
That's awesome, Steve. Steve, if you could do me a favor and drop your contact information into the chat, and then Ryan will share that with Facebook so people can get a hold of you to find out more information, or at least do a one-to-one with you to connect with you, especially since you're in a completely different state than us, out there in sunny California, where it's probably nice and warm compared to our 30-some degrees here. So at this time, hey, Andy, it's good to see you. You're muted, Andy.
There you go. Just arrived.
So speaking of the other guy who hauls stuff, Andy, can you give us a little information about your business?
Okay, well, I know some, I don't know who all's online. Andy Corman, AC Trash Hauling and More. Real simple story is we haul trash. The Enmore side is the more unique items. We take out hot tubs, swing sets, mini barns, decks, rip out carpet out of commercial properties or rental properties. We do all the heavy lifting, all the trash hauling. Headquartered in Noblesville, northern suburbs of Indianapolis. Our goal is to make life simple for the customer. COVID kind of threw some curveballs at everybody, but we figured out how to work through it. Heavy electronic, digital. We use Thrive as our CRM, so I can invoice, I can send you estimates. You can send me photos of what it is you want hauled away. I don't allow people to schedule themselves only because windshield time. I don't need to beat across the county on side A to side B and back again. Marketing pieces go out, just heavy, but our whole goal is to simplify and really make it professional. I'm sorry, sometimes the trash industry is stereotyped as, the guy with the wife beater and the no teeth and the tattoos and gonna come up. Now we we don't wear uniforms, but we're polite, professional, and then the electronic side of it takes care of the real business side for us. Great opportunity. Been doing this for 14 years. Do 350 plus customers a year, um, and have fun while we do it. You know, try to be professional, uh, but efficient, um, reputable, on time, responsive. Those are the key things of who we are, what we are.
So Andy, what are some of the unique things that you've moved over your 11 years?
Oh God, it's 14 years. On my website, and I don't know, I'm not technologically savvy enough to go on there, but we've I pulled a trampoline off of a deck. That's what I was told it was. It was on the deck outside the kitchen. They forgot to tell me that the deck was above the walkout basement. So I had an upside down trampoline on a deck near a whole bunch of windows. So we were able to get that down. We've done mini barns that trees have fallen into them. We didn't do the job, and one of the most unique ones, because our tagline says we'll haul almost everything. I get a call that says, we were told to call you, Andy. Somebody had a dead deer in their backyard. Can I get rid of it? Um, I says, no, did you call the DNR? Goes, yeah. I said, what did they tell you? He says, dig a hole in your backyard, bury it, put a bunch of lime on top of it, cover it up with dirt, throw some mulch over the top of it, and you're done. Or at midnight tonight, drag it out to the curb and call the highway department. They'll come get it in the morning. So we did. Obviously, I didn't do that job. Funny thing was, that was a Stump the Stars story. Funny thing was, a week later, people getting cleaned out their storage shed. You know those white deer that people put in their yard at Christmas time, the ornaments. They had about 6 of them. So we didn't haul away the dead deer, but we hauled away a herd of white deer the next day. That was some of the interesting things. We get some crazy calls though. I mean, just crazy. I mean, I'll share the one more, and that's it. Can you get rid of a mattress? Yes, but let me preface the story. The phone call comes in from a Denver, Colorado phone number. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but it was definitely out of state. Can you get rid of it today? Yes. Who am I talking to? Joe. Joe who? Just Joe. There's blood on it. Oh, but you can get it today. Everything was rush, now. Wouldn't tell me any more than Joe, street address, blood, a little of lights. There's quite a bit. No, thank you. Click. Next phone call was to the police department saying, hey, just got a crazy call at 1234 Main Street. Let me look it up. And they knew me at the police department, not for wrong reasons. They says it's safe. Unfortunately, it was a suicide in the bed the night before. But we won't handle that. That's hazmat, and no, thank you. Want nothing to do with that. We just like to clean out the garages, the houses, those kind of things.
So Andy, for the holidays, this would be a great gift for the man that needs to have his garage cleaned out, or something that's on his honeydew that they can call you up and say, hey, I want to give this gift of hauling my husband's stuff away.
We could do that. One of the times a year. There is no season for us, but one of the times a year that I'll oftentimes post on Facebook or social media is the day is coming, and this will be in like early October, and I put the dusting of snow on the driveway or the windshield, because Mama's gonna get mad, and she's gonna walk out at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work and have to scrape her windows. And then the next picture is obviously a garage that no way could have housed a car, So just a little reminders of the things that we can do for you. Yeah, we do a little bit of everything. It's crazy, fun but crazy.
Very good. Ryan, I know we have a video. Is this the time that we can share that?
Hey, my name is Greg Cross, and my company is glimpsevideo.com. I'm a small Indianapolis, Indiana business that loves when people support the work that I do. I have a software as a service product that lets people send unlimited video emails, capture video testimonials. And this Saturday, if you weren't aware, is Small Business Saturday. And so I want to encourage you as one small business owner to shop local. Again, shop local. How can you do that? You got to be intentional. You have to look around. There's local mom and pop restaurants. There's retail boutiques. Find a small business and support them and buy your Christmas shopping. They desperately need it, especially in the time that we just came out of in the pandemic. And so I want to encourage you to shop local, shop this Saturday, shop all the way through the holiday season, your local businesses. Thank you for your support. Again, Greg Cross with GlimpseVideo.com.
Thank you so much. That was Greg Cross with Glimpse Video. Greg is one of our H7 members and leads one of our H7 groups Thursday at noon. Love to have you come and visit us in the virtual world. Andy, if we could have you drop your contact information into the chat and we'll have Ryan share that out.
Yep.
SJ, if we could have you talk a little bit further about H7 and some of the small businesses that are in the Columbus area and who would be good people to help support as well.
Certainly. For those who aren't aware, the Central Ohio area, some would call it the 614-740 nexus, has been called the Silicon Valley of the Midwest. So we do have a fairly well-established entrepreneurial startup ecosystem. And there are lots of co-working facilities. There are several incubators, accelerator programs, and centers where you can house a business either physically or virtually. So Central Ohio has developed quite a bit over the last decade or two, because when I first came down here from the lake, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Central Ohio had the nickname of a cow town. Okay, that is long since in the past. So we have all kinds of small business activity in Central Ohio. So the key, like you heard Greg say on his Glimpse video, is seek out and search for the small businesses. Please don't automatically jump on Google or jump on Amazon. Do a little deeper dive and get a sense of your local small business and look for them and give them the opportunity to serve you. And that is what the H7 network offers as a superstructure, is we say that, okay, you are probably a solopreneur, sole proprietor. Maybe you have a small staff. You know, maybe you're a side hustler, gigger looking to scale up into a full-time opportunity entrepreneurially. So come and be part of H7, where you can not only tap into a little less than a half dozen in-person opportunities, but also you have the opportunity to tap into a multitude of virtual Zoom-based events that reach from sea to shining sea, and also do include a handful of members in 3 other nations around the globe. So the key thing again is it's not just Small Business Saturday, but it should be Small Business 365. And that would be my message to you all as a representative of H7 in global member relations, but also as someone who has a business myself, and I have about a half dozen other businesses that I have specific collaborations and partnerships with that I indirectly represent. So I literally am sitting here representing about 8 different small businesses. And I ask you again, with all respect to our friends at Amazon and Google and others, please look to us and we will take care of you if you give us the opportunity 365 days a year.
SJ, key point for we small business people. We can serve the large business community in ways that we've never even thought of. Um, quick share. Somebody called me yesterday from looking for some dumpsters for Lennar, the big home builder. A guy's out of state called me up, and he was lost. He needed 4 dumpsters like yesterday. And he told me the list of people he called up, and I says, nope, call these guys. Tell them I sent you. He called me back a half hour later and he goes, oh, you bailed me out. Then he told me a little bit more about himself and says, if this comes through, I said to him, says, if I helped you, send me a little gratuity. Just, I'm not embarrassed to say that. He called me up and says, I ain't sending you a little one, man. If this works out, I'm taking care of you. Then he told me all the other businesses that he services. So just because we're small but mighty.
Good point, Andy. SJ, if we can have you drop your information, we will get that shared out with everyone. Steve, what would you like to add?
I love H7. I've been a member almost a year now. I am starting a California branch. I don't know what we call it, California group, December 2nd at 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm excited to lead a number of small businesses. What I find with H7, and to be honest, Infone has been asked to be in a number of other network groups. I don't need to name them, but there's hundreds of them out there. And everybody I've referred to H7, the same comment comes back. They really want to help you grow. It's not about the network group. It's not about the network itself. It's about the person and getting them connections. I felt that the first month I was part of it, which I'll be part for as long as I'm in business. At Infone, I've got a number of clients, but you know what? I've helped a number of clients with referrals. So it's really the CSA Connect, Serve, Ask really works. And I know people I've referred to H7 have said the same thing to me. So.
Well, I think a good point is the education that we just learn how to be better networkers. We're more conscious of it. And then speaking of education, Ryan, I know we have another video from Michael Davis. If we could have you share that one here coming up, that'd be great.
Yes.
Most business owners and sales professionals understand the potential power of public speaking skills. And a lot of them put hard work into their presentations. They write them out, they test them, they get feedback, they rehearse, they put together long slide decks, they give their presentation, but they don't get the results they expect. People don't sign up for one-to-one meetings. They don't buy their product or service. They don't even register for their free tip sheets or free reports. And that can create a lot of negative emotion about public speaking. It can lead to a lot of frustration, anxiety, even disillusionment. It doesn't have to be this way. And it's why I created my company, kind of hard to miss. I am Michael Davis, and since 2011, I have been a presentation skills trainer and coach. I've taken my 20 years of speaking experience, along with my work as an author about storytelling in business, and most importantly, the lessons I've learned from some of the best mentors in the world, Hall of Fame and world champion speakers, a Hollywood scriptwriting consultant, and a Las Vegas headliner. They've given me a unique perspective, not just on presentations and speaking, but storytelling, how to maximize its impact in business. And I work with business leaders, sales professionals, and TEDx speakers, and I've helped them achieve much higher results. For example, I worked with a TEDx speaker who came to me with a great idea. He had one prop that was critical to his talk. He just didn't know how to structure that talk to get maximum impact. Well, after our work together, we created a very catchy title, and his video to date has been viewed over 3 million times. I've helped sales professionals increase their sales 20, 30, 50%. And I've helped business leaders create greater buy-in to their vision for their company. Specifically, where I help is creating a positive mindset about speaking so that nerves and anxiety and stress don't derail you before you even speak. I also help you structure a crystal clear message that's supported by relevant material and stories and no more. I help you make sure you don't overload your audience with too much information. And once we have those in place, we work on your delivery to help you find your natural voice so that you are connecting with people because you're conversational and you don't look like somebody trying to be a speaker or an actor. If I can help you or any of your associates or anybody within your network who's struggling with presentation skills, they may say things like, I got to give this presentation. I'm so stressed out about it. I'm always giving too much information. People don't respond. Those are the kind of things people come to me to solve. I'll put a link to my virtual business card at the end of this video. We'll put a link below also. It looks like this. And if you'd like to have a short phone call with me, just click the schedule an appointment button. If you'd like to check out some of the free reports we have, you can go to my 52 storytelling tips or free reports. Feel free to download those. No obligation to you. I'll leave you with this question. If you could double your presentation, public speaking, or storytelling skills in the next 12 months, what kind of impact would that have on you, your business, and your family?
That was great. Michael Davis does an awesome job of helping to educate and really get people to up their game with their presentation. And Steve, that was a nice little plug at the end with the info. It's like, I love it when people use the tools to promote their business and help other H7 members. I think that's where we see a lot of that collaboration that happens. In the previous segment, it was all about promoting the experience for the holidays. You want to give a gift that's going to last. Give somebody the gift of education to better themselves, to up their game, to be able to, be more prosperous. It's like, and that's what this is all about, is putting money back into our economy, helping to support other small businesses, because we're all the same. We're all here to support our families, to make sure that our communities are good. And I think that that's the thing. It's like when we're thinking about gift giving, it's not just about how much stuff we can give, but it's the experience. How can we better our community? So I see Mike Post has joined us.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I was late.
Well, we knew there was a lot of football going on, and I'm sure there were some leftovers at your house, Mike.
No, it was I got caught up in a project and
That's quite all right, Mike. If we could have you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, why is my video not working? I don't understand that. Do you know why my video? Oh, there we go.
Nope, but you're
No.
live.
Well, I don't know why my video is not working. I'm sorry. I swear I'm very attractive. So just imagine a Tom Cruise-like person, kind of. I've been told that a lot by blind people. I'm I'm Mike Post, the late one. I'm working on a desk that we're going to give my son for Christmas. So I was sanding and staining, and I was halfway through staining. And I looked down at my phone and I saw the calendar reminder. I'm like, oh no! I'm sorry. What do you want me to say, Janet? What am I supposed to do here?
Basically, introduce yourself and what are you doing for H7 at this time?
Okay, yeah, no sweat. So I don't know if I'm assuming most people have heard that H7 has gone through the process, and there's apparently documents and things to file and all sorts of legal mumbo jumbo that I don't fully understand, to franchise the H7 model and concept across the country. And so I am the director of that project. So it's my job to find people that want to plunk down some money for what is honestly a moderately priced franchise, and then help them through that and train them and get them rocking. So that's what I do. And I've been married 16 years and got 3 kids, and we live here in Blue Ash, Ohio, which is right outside of Cincy.
Great, thanks, Mike. And
Sure.
Mike, can you tell us how you support small business?
Geez, I've either worked for or been a small business owner my entire life. In fact, the reason why I've left most of my jobs because I got too big, too corporate, too much of that crap. And honestly, I sometimes do get caught up in buying from the big box. But here lately, the last 3 to 6 months, I've made a concerted effort to, even just going to the local Ace Hardware, making sure that we're doing that rather than go to these big chains that can, survive. They can survive without me. They'll do just fine. So, and of course, in my efforts to support and grow the H7 model and brand, everyone in there is a small business owner, or they work for a small business. So that's super important. It's the lifeblood of our country, really.
Thank you, Mike.
Sure.
SJ, would you like to add anything else?
Yes. Look at, I'm thinking here how I can sum this up. There's a lot of really neat things we can talk about on a Small Business Saturday. Well, look at it this way. Number one, what is a $0 way to support your local small business? Support them online. Whether you're a LinkedIn aficionado like me, I spend about 90% of my time on LinkedIn. That's why the links in the chat are all LinkedIn based. Or whether you're on another platform regularly or where you split your time, engage with your fellow small businesses. Share their content, comment on it, react to it, follow, like it. Just help them get their word out, because all you have to do is turn on your local media, and the biggest brands to this very day are dumping millions upon millions of dollars into advertising. So no small business will be able to keep up with that, but we can keep up with it with the power of the grassroots. The power of the grassroots. If you are a business, another way. If you are a business and you're giving out reward programs or giveaways, please don't give out big business gift cards. Look for gift cards from other small businesses and give out their gift cards, or buy a tray of cookies from a home bakery or something like that. Do not give out gift cards from big corporate entities. That's a second way you can do it. And of course, number three, join local community organizations. Like where I am in Central Ohio, there are all kinds of downtown associations where you can be a part of it. Even if you don't have a brick and mortar business, you can still join them, or you can bequeath them some funds. Buy a subscription or a membership to a business that uses that model. Okay. So when you think about Small Business Saturday, think about actionable ways that you can support your small businesses, because a lot of them went through a very tough time over the past 18 plus months, and they would really appreciate your support. And to Mike's point, they will survive just fine without you, the big folks. But the little folks are supporting their kids, they're supporting their grandkids, they're supporting their spouse who may want to take care of those kids. So give them the business 365 days a year.
SJ, I know that you've done some podcasts. I'm not sure, how much of that is geared more towards small business promoting. Steve, I know you also have done some podcasting. Can you share some of that on how to help support other small businesses?
Yeah, it's a great way to get your name out there, your business, especially small business. SJ nailed it perfectly, as he always does. The big companies have millions of dollars to do things, and they're going to survive all these different things that come at us, like COVID and the depression, small businesses back then in the 20s. But the podcast is, there's a lot of them out there. If you reach out to me, I can give you a list, which I've given to SJ. Start your own podcast. I'm going to be doing that in January, and bring people in and interview them like you're doing so well today, Janet. It's a way to get sales. You need to contact, and you need to think outside the box.
Mhm.
So podcasting, and the other thing is Facebook Lives. Got a number of our salespeople have done some Facebook Lives with great success, because what is the best thing is video, like we're doing here. It's almost like I'm in your living room, Janet, having a cup of tea. I don't know why I thought that, but we're having a cup of tea, and this is the way for now and forever. I don't think it's going to change. I think people see that we only have a certain amount of time in the day, and to travel and meet people is really chunking in that time. And with this virtuality and people getting used to it, and the technology following and becoming simpler and easier to use, podcasts and Facebook Lives are fantastic. There's a new thing called Reel with Instagram that's like a TikTok. That's another way that if people want to reach out, I can help them, because I'm a big tech guy. I have been for 20 years, and Zoom is actually right down the street from where I live. And they were way ahead of the curve. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I just saw the opportunity to meet 9 to 10 people a day, where if I drove around here in the Bay Area with our traffic, I might be able to see 2 people, maybe 3.
Mhm.
And I want to get out there and share and help and collaborate. So the more people we can all meet, the more we can do that and be servants to others.
I think that's a good point. And especially, it's about the mindset of how you can really promote your business, not having the obstacle of the dollars. I think sometimes people think, well, I don't have the money, I can't do certain things. It's like, what can you do? We were a networking group that met in person. So we had to figure out, what can we do when there's a pandemic? And as a result of that, we saw a lot of businesses thriving. And I think that that's the thing. It's like, when you start to support small businesses, you support your community, you start to see the thriving in that community.
Yes, I would add on to that, since you brought up the podcasting. I have been very fortunate over the past 3 or so years to go from having been a guest on 0 podcasting. So it was in December of 18 that I recorded my very first guest appearance, and it came out in January of 19. So we're coming up on 3 years, and in 3 years I've done, if I'm doing my count right in my head, 3 dozen of them. So being a guest on someone else's podcast is essentially a win-win almost by default. The only thing that you really should step up to the plate as a guest is be willing to co-promote that episode. It's not a big ask. However you reach people. If you're, again, someone who loves LinkedIn and is 90% out there like me, use LinkedIn. If you have a big text database, text people. Talk about the episode. Tell people to rate the podcast on the major platforms. Help the host or hostess get some additional guests from your network. So that is literally, minus of course your time, and time has a value. That is a very good way to bootstrap your business. Even in dark times, there's silver linings. And if you focus on the silver linings, usually a second silver lining will show up. You focus on those 2, then 4 will show up. And that's something that I think, even though there are millions of podcasts out there right now, there is still plenty of room to double or triple that number for those who are dedicated to the medium. So that is that. And then also I'll add in, LinkedIn has now gone to do lives as well. So they're a little later to the party than the other major legacy platforms, but LinkedIn is also offering that now too. So there's a couple ways you can get your word out as we move from Small Business Saturday into day 2 of 365 of Small Business Year.
Good point. Andy, what would you like to add?
Well, everybody talked about, the podcast, et cetera. I think another important thing is reviews. As small business people, we all like reviews, but my challenge to you is, do you give them? And so many people I talk to do not. Sad they don't. But if you want one, give one. Be genuine, be honest. Why should I expect SJ to give me a review if I won't reciprocate? Plain and simple. Just if I use your service, you deserve a kudos. If you didn't live up to who you said you were, I'm not going to damn you, but I'm going to say, I used SJ. You know, it was good. Wasn't great, was good. But give the honest review. One of my favorite reviews I have, a guy gave me a 1 star, an F, whatever scale you want to use. That's my favorite review because they have so many more that are 4 or 5 star reviews. This guy has to be the idiot, politely, because how could 100 people say great service and one guy say they stunk? Then when you get those reviews, respond to them. It's so vital. After that guy gave me that rotten review, I sent a polite response, which was difficult for me from a variety of reasons. I'm a New Englander and I'm an engineer. Okay, so I speak English as a foreign language sometimes. But I gave a response, and the person immediately called me up and says, I want you to do my job because of the way you handled the negative feedback. You're professional, you were polite, took ownership of what the situation was. So I implore everybody, when you can, as it's presented, offer that review, offer the feedback, and you're more likely to get it back yourself.
Janet, I'd like to add, Andy, first of all, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm totally believe that. I know there's issues with the review, but with Info, we do offer all our clients a button where they can submit reviews, because what I've heard from people, they're hard to do. Where do I find the link? And I think reviews are extremely valuable for a small business. That's our stepping stone to compete with the larger companies. And so with a click of a button on our Info, if they open my Info up, you will see submit review button. But what's powerful about that, my clients are doing, instead of Andy clicking on Yelp and putting up a review, exactly what you said, Andy, it could have been a mistake on his end, the customer side. Well, once it's out on Yelp, you really can't do much. The damage is kind of being done. What we do is you can manage it with a click of a button. That customer can put the review in, but it gets emailed to you. And Andy, as you eloquently said, I love that you said you need to manage those reviews, because a lot of the times they have the wrong phone number or the wrong address, or there was a mix up in communication. Happens more than we even imagine. And with Info and the ability to grab that review, you can build your reviews up and be in control. Because what's a great way to help your customer is solving their problem. A lot of times they won't tell you until they put a review. And I've talked to, my chiropractor, he gets reviews and, they're up on Yelp and he calls them and goes, oh my God, Dr. Martinez, I was so wrong. I'll try to pull it and you got to do all it. And they're not going to do it. So I'm kind of running on, but Andy, you really hit a point with me with the reviews. I'm 1,000,000% behind you.
Thank you.
Since that did come up, I'll toss in as well. We, with the 7 community, again, I'm going to speak specifically here from the global member relations perspective, which is the hat I wear. Part of my responsibility to the international members that we have everywhere is to help them, if they wish, to submit a testimonial. What has 8-7 meant to you? Okay. So clearly, I give 2 thumbs up to these gentlemen ahead of me for what they had, because we, as a membership community, are looking for people who are willing, again, if they want to voluntarily submit their feedback. Okay. And if we were to get some kind of feedback that wasn't as positive, we, of course, have our own way, and we would have to deal with it just like Andy did with his 1-star review. So that's my first comment. But then my other comment, second and last piece, is if you understand the concept of who the person is and why he or she or they are in business, you do not have to do a single dime of a transaction with the other person in order to give them a recommendation, for example.
Bingo.
You just need to be very clear up front that you're reviewing them on the qualities of who they are and on their why. Most people, their why, if they are deeply committed to whatever it is they're doing, their passion is going to shine through. So you could easily review someone on their passion, their energy, their motivation. These things stand out because they are the transferable life and soft skills that I've been talking about for over 7 years as a Sherpa. So bottom line is, don't feel like you have to even do business with an Andy or a Steve or a Mike or me or a Janet. You could absolutely give someone a review on intangible factors as well. And that, again, is in my reasoned view.
SJ, that said, I just got one of those reviews yesterday or the day before. Janet Jamie Graves.
Oh, good.
And the whole review says, I have not had the opportunity or the need to use Andy's services. However, I've known him for many years, and boom, boom, boom. Highly recommended, you know? So the review is based on your character, your quality. You know, and so I'm glad you said that too, SJ.
SJ, thanks for bringing that up about the testimonials. Earlier, we had the video from Greg Cross at Glimpse Video, and his tool of using video is something else that small business owners can easily put into their wheelhouse to help support their marketing. You know, that's a great thing to have that video testimonial. So, I just want to put it out there, you know, those of you who are on Facebook watching this, you know, please reach out to anybody that is in the Zoom room right now, because we would love to connect. You know, that is part of our mission, is to connect with people, help them to build their small business, you know, help them to figure out who we can connect you with. You know, it's like the more that we can serve, you know, the more the community grows. You know, whether you're a member of H7 or not, you know, we'd love to have you come and visit one of our H7 meetings. You know, Steve is starting his out in California. You don't have to be in California to attend that meeting. But we have the H7 Network website, h7network.com. You know, come check us out. We'd love to have you join us. You know, it's a great way to help promote your small business, as well as if you're looking for a small business to support. We're a community that we want to help in any way that we can.
And Janet, don't forget, the big businesses can support us too. The quick story, you know it. You're the only one online, I think, that knows it. Steve, I use Thrive as a CRM. One day, a year and a half ago, got out of my truck, phone rings. It happened to be the CEO of Thrive calling me up. Now, for those of you who don't know it, Thrive is a $1.5 billion a year corporation. $1.5 billion. For me, a good year is $120,000, $130,000 of revenue. So I developed a personal relationship with Joe Walsh. I mean, it's just, but it's there, and I know because I have it in my cell phone right now. I could call Joe Walsh up if I really, really needed to talk to him. In the end, I made a national promotional video for Thrive. I've never seen it aired live, but it's out there. But I think it's a great. Never forget that, because I know you got a big backing behind you, Steve. You know, a lot of resources and manpower that make us little guys go.
Hey, Ryan, I think we have one last video that we'd like to end on.
Hey, Sean, thank you very much for that connection to Hope, I think it was.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So, with that being said, it's 8:33. It's time to get started. But let's get the energy going. How many are doing one-to-ones right now? Over the last week,
Yeah, so it was a win-win for both of us. It was a really good meeting. Thank you, Ron.
I said, would you like to meet him? And his eyeballs like, he was going, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. I know there's lots going on this weekend, so get out there and support small business. And it looks like Jennifer Johnson is up with Nicole. So good luck with your segment, and we'll see you back around.